Okay, good day, everyone. Let me briefly introduce myself. So, my name is Stephen, and I'm very glad today I'm invited by Tiara Academy to present on the topic on 5G intelligent manufacturing. So, I have been involved in this industry since the 2G, 3G, 4G, and now the 5G. And basically, what is the difference between the different technology is we can imagine 2G, 3G, and 4G. We are using the wireless communication mostly on the consumer side. But what makes 5G so different is 5G will enter on the vertical industry side. So 5G basically will make different industry more intelligent and improve the production and efficiency of that industry. So without further delay, let us go to see the topic for today. And first, we will start with a little bit of the background introduction of what is the intelligent manufacturing. So previously, we had also listened about the industry 4.0. So what it really means, industry 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and now we have the industrial 4.0. And basically, industrial 1.0 started at the 18th century when we have the steam power. So this is where we start to use the steam power to power some motor. So this is the first industry 1.0 revolution. And after that, we have the industrial 2.0, where we can have the electricity at this revolution. And we have the technology on the AC and DC technology, where we can have the movie. If you see the movie on Tesla, so Tesla is the one that invented the AC electric. So this is when the industrial 2.0, that new technology then triggered the revolution. And move on, we have the industrial 3.0, where we have some automation process by using the programmer. So programmer logic controller, then we will simplify the process using some robotics into our manufacturing system. So right now we are entering industrial 4.0. And what actually triggers industrial 4.0 revolution is basically a new ICT technology, and not only 5G. 5G is basically communications that link up the new ICT technology with the equipment itself. So what is the new ICT technology that drives the industrial 4.0? So we have the first new ICT technology here, the 5G. And the second one, we have the cloud. So everything, the process, the storage, all will be at the cloud server. And here also we can deploy the AI applications. So it will make the process intelligent by deploying the AI in the cloud. And next, we have the IoT technology. So IoT technology stands for the Internet of Things. And basically, they are trying to connect all the sensors, all the equipment into the network so that they can make this device more intelligent. And the last one, we have the big data technology. So Internet of Things provides the connections so that we can have the status update of the equipment and the devices. And the big data will be let us mine the useful data out of all the collected data. So this is some of the ICT technology that drives the Industrial 4.0 and make the industry become more intelligent. So this is the ongoing process as of now. And we are currently, a lot of countries is entering Industrial 4.0. And here would have some idea on when is the timeline of each industrial revolution. So the first industrial revolution started at 18th century driven by the steam power, and we have all the machines powered by the steam. And the second industrial revolution near to the 19th century driven by the electricity, so electrical energy. And the third one by some programmable logic controller, the PLC, that started to use the PLC in the machines, and the robots is start to replacing some human workforce. And the fourth industrial revolution, the use of cyber physical system. So this cyber physical system is concept mentioned by the Germany industry. So this one is, what is CPS? So CPS integrates the advanced information technology, such as the sensing, the computing, communication, and automatic control technologies to control a complex system that enable real-time interaction between the human, between the machines, environment, and information. So basically, we want to control everything in the digital world. We can visualize the status of the machines, the environment, what is the performance, everything in the digital world. So we can monitor, control, and optimize the process. So this is what it is ongoing in the fourth industrial revolution. And for the US, their definition of smart manufacturing is about the industrial internet strategy. So they connect the smart device with the people and data together, so they can have the convergence of the physical and digital world. So basically, this concept is also the same as what the Germany defined for smart manufacturing. So it is the convergence of the physical world and the digital world. So you want to control a physical equipment when they visualize it in the digital world. And after you have this type of the connections together, you can improve the operations. You can monitor the operations and know which process can be improved. And after you improve the operations, then you can improve the efficiency and the energy usage. So the new factory will be more efficient and able to develop a cleaner environment and also more efficient production. So this is what really the Industrial 4.0 want to achieve. And currently, if we see from the China point of view, China is famous for manufacturing also, but their manufacturing is not up to those high-end level. And what is the problem they're facing? Currently, the challenges facing by the China manufacturing industry is unbalanced industrial structure. So they have the blind expansion and the overcapacity issue, and their lack of the high-end technology. So basically, they are focusing on how to manufacturing for those lower end products. But this is when you want to achieve the high end manufacturing industry. So you need to achieve the high end technology also. And when China previously relies on the low wages and lots of the human resource, right? But right now, because of the increasing of the wages and also the taxes in the China manufacturing industry, so they are losing their competitive advantage as well. So with these challenges faced by the China manufacturing industry, so what can they do to stay competitive? So here would be the 6 opportunity that the China can fix. So you have the challenge and opportunity as well. So the first opportunity would be involve the industry upgrade. So right now, they previously rely on some government policy, but right now they will need to step up their game and be more transparent and also be more competitive with the world, the global. So this is their need to upgrade for their manufacturing industry. And the second would be the refined management. So if you just improve the profits or the cost cutting, so this is not something to stay competitive. So in order to improve your competitive, you should refine your management. How do you improve the productivity itself? And not only always go for cost cutting. And in order to stay competitive, you will need to enable or equip with the high-end equipment. So this is how you can stay competitive with other players and to produce the high quality products. And in order to achieve this kind of the target, then the China manufacturing would need to adopt new technologies like what I mentioned, the 5G, the AI, the big data, and the IoT technologies. So these technologies is the driving force for the Industrial 4.0, and it would connect the equipment or the manufacturing process to the internet itself, so that can make this process more efficient and also monitor which part is goes wrong and which part is having the quality issue. So this is about some of the how we can use the new technology to improve the manufacturing. So different countries actually has different target, and below this slide here shows that the world major manufacturers have their target. For example, for the US, they want to take lead in the advanced manufacturing, so they don't really pay attention on those low-level manufacturing. They are only target for those the advanced, like the semiconductor, the wafer now, is what they are going through to invest more. And for the Germany, they also want to maintain the leading position in the manufacturing. For example, for an automobile, so they are the leading position in this industry. And for the China, they are trying to go from the big manufacturing countries into a higher level of the manufacturing country. So all the countries have different target, different milestone, but what they are trying to achieve their target. So basically, they want to, the path they are going through is industrial internet. So basically, they are trying to connect their equipments in their manufacturing to the internet. and to develop a cyber physical system. So what I mentioned cyber physical system is we integrate advanced information technology which consist of the sensors, computing, communication, and automatic control technologies. So after you integrate all these, it will have interactions with the human, machine, and environment with the information. So you want to build a digital manufacturing factory. And after you have this system, so you can have the manufacturing industrial with all the information you need. So this is involved informatization and industrialization. So maybe when you heard the intelligent manufacturing, so a lot of different terms will come up. Some you will call like smart manufacturing, some is internet manufacturing. So basically they are all referring to the same thing, to use the new ICT technology in manufacturing. So here we have all the common terms here. For example, advanced manufacturing plus internet, manufacturing plus big data plus the AI, unattended factory. So when you automate the process and with a smooth process, basically you will require very less human intervention anymore. So your factory would only require some personnel, maybe less than 10% of the workers now to be in the factory. And all the robots and automation will be carry the process. And here we have the two types of convergence. What it means is the physical world and the digital world. So you will have a convergence of these two worlds. And the outcome of this intelligent manufacturing is you can make the operation become digital and intelligent. And you can also make automatic and intelligent productions. So all your productions will be automatically and intelligent and require less workers in the factory. And outcome you will produce is the intelligent products. So everything will be automated and the information of it will be monitored by the engineer and also how they can improve the manufacturing process. So just now I mentioned the intelligent manufacturing and basically how we can realize it is by implementing all the new ICT technology into manufacturing. And not only for 5G, we need the technology on the AI, cloud computing, big data, and Internet of Things. So this is the new technology that drives the Industrial Revolution 4.0. And the first step of this revolution would be network-based. So you want to connect the equipment in the manufacturing into the network. So if you are not connecting to the network, basically we cannot know how is the equipment being performed. And you need to monitor all the status, all the faults, and what is the current output efficiency for that equipment. And once you connect it to the network, then the engineer will start to able to monitor it in the digital world. And the first step, so network, connect the equipment to the network. And after you connect to the network, then we can have the second step, digitization. So digitization will means that now you can start to monitor all the data. Okay, you can have all the data of the equipment and the environment. What is the temperature? What is the humidity? So if this kind of the environment will impact on your productions, so you can also monitor this kind of the input and how you can improve the process. And you can have all the data collected, visualized in the using the server. So everything will be put under the server, and the engineer can query the data very easily. And even we can use the AI and big data analysis to help you find out what data is useful. For example, certain material maybe will cause certain degrade. Okay, maybe this material from subcon A, and every time you use this material from the subcon A, your maybe performance of the equipment will start to degrade. So this is something the AI or the big data is able to help you identify once you have all the data collected into the cloud. So you can start to analyze and find out what is the problem. And after you have all the data collections, the third step is how you can make it intelligence. And by having the AI and big data in the applications, so now we can make the process become more efficient and intelligent. For example, equipment itself, how we can make the equipment more intelligent. So basically, you can monitor the status of the equipment and also let them know what is the optimal operating temperature and also what is the optimal operating like the humidity and also the static charges. So this is all the thing that we can improve after we have the data. And after all the process in the manufacturing is being intelligent enough, then we can require less workforce in the factory. So everything will become automated. And this is the fourth step that we will implement in the manufacturing using the different ICT technology and to achieve intelligent manufacturing. So this is what we want to achieve in the Industrial 4.0. And by implementing the new ICT technology, then all the countries will be able to upgrade their manufacturing industry. So let's go to see what is the application scenario of the 5G in intelligent manufacturing. So 5G is selected as the main communications technology for the smart manufacturing. So let's see two videos. Then we will see the video. From the video, we will see what is the applications currently deployed in the smart manufacturing. Okay, so let's enjoy the video.
appliance in the world for 10 consecutive years, and it was rated as Fortune Global 500 in 2018 and 2019. In 2019, Brand Z, it became the world's first IoT ecosystem brand as the world's most valuable brand 100. In 2019, Haier, China Mobile, Huawei, and M-Star released the world's first 5G Smart Factory joint solution. The 5G Smart Factory implements intelligent in terms of quality detection, maintenance, machine collaboration, material transportation, energy management, and campus security, achieving the strategic goal of intelligence and green manufacturing. The 5G machine vision system has been deployed in the Haier factory in Qingdao. It significantly improves the online efficiency of visual detection applications and reduces deployment costs and maintenance costs. Through software update, factories can also update the machine vision application in the meantime, which reduces the impact of service interruption caused by the upgrade and maintenance of the industrial computers. The MEC node is deployed in the factory to implement local processing of services, ensuring high security of enterprise production data. In addition, the solution greatly improves the efficiency, comfort, and safety for workers. It can improve the production efficiency of new products, the overall quality of products, and time to market. Therefore, consumers can access and purchase high-quality products faster. Qingdao Haier Smart Factory has the following features based on the Huawei 5G MEC solution. Cloud Edge collaboration implements plug-and-play of edge nodes and supports no maintenance at the local end. The industry's first application for heterogeneous computing in the smart manufacturing field. Heterogeneous hardware with a unique full-mesh non-switching architecture implements high performance and high integration capability. Currently, the Haier Smart Factory in Qingdao has deployed more applications such as campus security, industrial AR, AGV smart driving, and intermachine collaboration. The machine vision solution of the Haier Smart Factory is ready to be implemented in more than 100 of Haier's global campuses around the world. The solution has won the following awards in China. Second China MEC Open Platform Hackathon Application Development Competition Best Technology Innovation Award. Second Blooming Cup 5G Application Collection Competition First Prize. GSMA, China Mobile, and Huawei have started to work together in recent years to develop industry cooperation oriented to business services. The Haier Smart Factory project is also a POC topic of edge computing initiated by GSMA. This project successfully verified the new 5G business model between carriers and vertical industries, helping carriers expand enterprise and industry market space. In addition, it improves the deployment efficiency of vertical industries, reduces deployment and maintenance costs, helps enterprises implement digital transformation, and achieves green manufacturing. Currently, China Mobile is replicating and applying the campus network to smart ports, smart airports, smart theme parks, and other industries. 5G MEC will promote the upgrade of the manufacturing structure and provide innovative solutions for high-end manufacturing in the world.
foundation of Industry 4.0. Already today, we operate a standardized production network with 11 plants and more than 5,000 machines worldwide. Due to our standardized machines from our in-house special machine building unit, we're able to draw on over 15 years of experience in the field of interconnected production. Here, processes arise which will change the world of tomorrow. The full automation of our flow of material through technologies such as RFID and MEMS streamlines our logistic processes and reduces stocks. Simultaneously, we create transparency along the entire value stream in real time. Our tools know their optimum lifetime because of methodical analyses and measurements. They are subject to standardized maintenance processes and guarantee 100% traceability. In our constant effort to improve, we access automatically created analyses and evaluations. This way, we can focus on what is important, the availability of our machines. They can detect trends and report critical developments onto the operating personnel before output losses occur. Occurring interferences are being linked to already known error patterns. Recommendations for action are derived from these patterns and enable our personnel on site to act as skilled problem solvers. At the same time, the feedback of the operator creates a closed control loop and a worldwide knowledge database. In the case of previously unknown complications, we immediately contact centrally organized experts via live image. Thereby, we save crucial response time, which benefits the production and can in turn be used for the maintenance of the worldwide knowledge database. The ability of our machines to communicate with each other allows for a flexible reaction to production parameters of upstream processes. The inspection efforts in the final assembly phase are thereby reduced. Flexibility and an awareness of upcoming changes are essential and inevitable. Each individual is being thoroughly prepared for this development and receives the support needed in the form of individual training concepts and a confident and reliable management culture. In all of this, we pursue one clear objective: ensuring the future of our sites and thereby the future of our employees. Because there are some things you simply cannot copy.
Okay, so I hope these two videos will let you have a brief idea on what is the application scenario of the 5G in the intelligent manufacturing. So basically, we can conclude the service into three categories. So we have the three categories of the applications here. The EMBB, which stands for the Enhanced Mobile Broadband. And under the service under this category, it will require the high bandwidth or the high data throughput. So this is the service that requires 100 megabit per second. So for example, and the second application is the URLLC, which stands for Ultra Reliable Low Latency Communications. So this is the service that required reliability and low latency, low delay. And the third application is the MMTC. So MMTC stands for Massive Machine Type Communication. And this is the similar concept for the IoT, Internet of Things, where we want to connect all the sensors, equipment to the network. So when we connect all the sensors and equipment to the network, we require massive connections. So this is the application scenario. And let's go to the first application scenario now, the EMBB. And from the video just now, what application is categorized under EMBB? So just now we shows that we have the AR applications. So for the design operation aid, so if you have problem with the machines, so you require some support, and the support maybe is at another country. So by having the AR applications, they are able to communicate well and locate where is the problem on the machine easier. And the third application is visualize display. So if you want to show something, and it would be better to view it in the 3D dimension. So this is also some application using the AR, and it requires high bandwidth. And also some operation and maintenance guide. So it will let you know what you can do, the steps, step by step with the AR, and it will show you how do you do the maintenance. So this would be some of the application to use the high bandwidth and AR using the 5G connections. And by connecting the frontline operator, they will use the AR headset. So when they have the headset and connected to the 5G base stations, then they will enjoy the high throughput connections. So this is what the 5G is able to bring it. And we have the MEC here. So MEC stands for multi-access edge computing. And you can imagine this one as a local server. So you can put this MEC in the manufacturing factory. So every data will be processed here, and it can provide data storage in the local campus, so you can secure your data and protect the data privacy. And also it can reduce the latency. So this is some MEC advantage. So by having this AR application, it will improve the productivity, okay? And it will improve the operation efficiency. You can have the troubleshooting, maintenance easier, reduce the cost, and also improve the whole process. And also you can provide the data in your factory. So cloudification in the local factory. So this is the first application. And the second application that showed in the video, the first video in the higher factory, is the machine quality detection. So by having a camera, the industrial grade camera, with the 5G module, and this 5G module will let this camera to connect to the 5G base station. And what is the advantage of having these connections? It will provide a very good uplink throughput, more than 100 bits per second, and low transmission delay, less than 20 milliseconds. So maybe you compare with the current factory setting. So some of the factory currently also have the machine quality detection, but not using 5G, not using the MEC. So what they actually, how they perform this quality detection is installing computer at the production line. So maybe one production line will require one computer, and the images will be transferred to the computer there, and the computer will compare and feedback to the camera, to the machine. So this has some disadvantage. The first disadvantage is you are limited by the computer capability. And if you have some algorithm changes, for example, model training on your quality checking, so you need to go to every computer and perform the upgrade, and it will cause some increased downtime also. But if right now I can have the camera connected to the 5G base station, and all the images will be analyzed at the MEC, at the server. And if I need to have a new model training, I can change it in the server. So once the server being upgraded, then all the images will be processed. So I can save time, save the downtime, and also more efficient. And by having the processing capability at the server, my industrial camera can be cheaper cost because it don't need the image processing capability anymore. So everything will be done on the MEC part. So smaller size for the industrial camera, cheaper cost, and I don't need the computer at the production line anymore. So this is the benefit introduced once we have the 5G connections. And the third application is for some safety surveillance. So if you want to monitor in the factory area on the surveillance, so you can deploy some robots for the patrol. So each of the robots will deploy with the HD camera, infrared camera, the sensor, and the navigation route. So they will patrol the factory campus automatically, and you can reduce the security guard needed. So this would be automatically performed by robots, and it requires the uplink rate of 50 megabit per second and the transmission delay less than 20 milliseconds. So this is the application you can use also with the 5G connections. So more on the surveillance and the safety, security surveillance. So right now, all the security guard maybe no need to patrol in the factory anymore. They just need to sit in the control center and monitor the robots. And maybe you can just need 1 to 2 people in the control center. And for the AGV navigations, you will have the navigation using the AGV robots. And by having the 5G, we can improve the navigation. Because the older generation of the AGV, they use the electromagnetic, the tape, the magnetic nail is all very hard to change the AGV route. So once you deploy the AGV, you very hard to change the direction of the AGV anymore. So it is not so flexible. And by using the 5G, we are able to deploy the visual navigation. So when you have the visual navigation, all the processing will be done at the MEC server. So you have the flexibility advantage. More AGV can be scheduled. You can ensure the reliability also. And you can reduce the cost because if the image processed at the MEC server, a single AGV do not need to process the data. So everything data will be processed at the server, and this could be reduce the cost for single HV. So the connections needed by a single HV is more than 20 megabit per second and a delay of less than 20 milliseconds. So this would be the benefit of having 5G connections to control the HV. And next, we go to the second category of the application scenario. So URLC. So in a manufacturing line, which process require ultra reliable and low latency communications? So from the supply chain for the environment monitoring, AI inspection, actually do not need a low delay. When they need the low delay is to control the robotic arm. So if you want to control a robotic arm, you need a very high reliable connection and low delay as well. So this, because 5G is able to provide URLC connections, then the robotic will actually connect to this kind of the connections, which have a less than 10 millisecond delay and 99.999% reliability. And they can control the robotics arm on the production line. And next, the last application scenario is the MMTC. So MMTC is to connect a lot of devices together so that we can gather the sensors, informations, the data. So this type of the communication requirement is large number of connection, more than thousands per 100 square meter, with relatively good reliability and transmission delay also. So after the sensors connected to the MMTC connections, we can monitor the energy consumption, we can monitor the vehicle status, the power, the temperature, the humidity and electrostatic of the devices in the factory. So basically, we can monitor the whole factory operations and environment in a server. So everything will be monitored and we can install the IoT application in the MEC server. So we can monitor the factory energy, which part is using excessive energy and how we can save the energy. So this is the third type application scenario we can use in 5G. So 5G is very flexible, and not only we can support a high bandwidth connection, but we can customize it to support a low latency connections, and the third, to provide a large connection number. So this is some advantage of the 5G, and this is the reason why 5G is the best choice for us to implement the Industrial 4.0, connecting all the ICT technology together, the AI, the big data, and the cloud computing. Okay, so open for the Q&A section now. So as a bit of a wrap up, 5G is towards the vertical industry, and 5G is able to design to be able to provide three major types of the communication: eMBB, URLC, and MMTC. And depend on which application needed. For example, AR or the VR is needed, so we will connect to the eMBB connections. And if you want to control the robotic arm, then 5G is able to provide the URLC connections. And if you want to gather all the sensors informations, we can provide 5G is will provide the MMTC connections. Okay, so I have a question here. Which industry branches will be suitable to develop Industrial 4.0 technologies? So for right now, basically, if the new type of the factory or the industry, usually they will go to the internet industrial. So how is it contain digital twin? Okay, true. What is mean of a digital twin is basically we have the physical equipment. So this physical equipment, how we can visualize it in the digital world. So we generate another model in the digital world identical with the physical model. So for our human, we collect all the data and we simulate a digital version of the equipment and we control the digital version. And this digital version controlled by the human will send the data to the physical equipment. So we can control the equipment and we can know all the status and information, all the feedback from the equipment. So this is the digital twin. And which industrial branch will be suitable to develop Industrial 4.0? Basically, it is recommended to implement on the industrial manufacturing to improve the process. So for example, for those factory in the semiconductor, they have a lot of process from the wafer, from the testing, and for the assemble. So each process actually there is some optimization needed. So in order to do the optimization, right now they are quite doing manually. All the engineer will try to collect the data. But if the equipment itself is not connected to the network, you cannot collect the data. So this is some limitation on how you want to improve the production. And I have a question, what would be the average cost to implement a base station for 5G? Okay, so this question basically a very generic one because in order to implement a base station for 5G, usually the factory no need to purchase because usually the operator will come up with a plan how they can work together to the manufacturer. So they will provide the 5G service and the manufacturer will pay the service to the operator every month. For example, TRA. So they will provide the 5G service and own the 5G equipment. So the manufacturer actually like subscribing the service and they can enjoy the application EMBB, URLC, and MMTC in their factory. Okay. Any more questions? Okay, so if no more question, then we will end the session for today. So very thank you Tiara Academy to let me have the opportunity to share the knowledge on the 5G smart manufacturing. So I hope everyone understand more about how we can use 5G on the different applications in the smart manufacturing. So thank you for your time and have a nice day.